Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good day, students. Welcome to another class of mathematics. My name is Oladimeji T.A., JSS3 mathematics teacher of CTY Model College, Ibadan. I'm going to take you another class of mathematics, and which is going to be our lesson 3 for this revision class. In our previous lesson, we discussed quadratic expressions, factorization of quadratic expressions. And this lesson is going to be a build-up on our previous lesson. In this lesson, we are going to treat a topic which is going to be solution of quadratic equation by factorization. In our previous class, we defined quadratic expression as an expression where the highest power of the variable is of degree 2. A quadratic equation is an equation where the highest power of the variable is 2 and is always of the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, as shown in the example below. To solve a quadratic equation, the first step is to write it in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. After it has been written in that form, the next step is to factorize the equation using the knowledge we learned in the previous lesson. After it has been factorized, let's assume that we have two factors a and b, such that a and b, a multiplied by b is equal to 0. Then it must follow that either a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0, or both are equal to 0. We will multiply any number by 0, we get 0. Let me explain this further. When the product of two numbers, for example a and b, is equal to 0, it means either a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0, or both of them are equal to 0. That is the principle we employ in solving quadratic equation. Now let's look at how we can solve quadratic equation by considering some examples. Example 1. Solve the equation x squared minus 9x plus 20 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. It is an equation because it is equal to 0. Assuming there is no equal to 0, we will have called it quadratic expression. But because it is now equal to 0, it has become quadratic equation. The first step is to factorize this equation. Let's factorize x squared minus 9x plus 20 is equal to 0. To factorize this, remember, the first thing is to open two brackets and put x in each bracket because the highest power of our x is 2. Then after that, we look for the constant we have in the equation, which is plus 20. We look for the two numbers that when we multiply is going to give us plus 20. And when we add, it's going to give us minus 9, the middle term. And the two numbers we are looking for will be minus 4 and minus 5. Because the product of minus 4 and minus 5 will give us plus 20. While the sum of minus 4 and minus 5 will give us minus 9. Therefore, the quadratic equation x squared minus 9x plus 20 is equal to 0 is factorized to brackets open x minus 4 bracket close. Another bracket open x minus 5 bracket close is equal to 0. Now that we have factorized the quadratic equation, the next step is to equate each of the expression in brackets into 0 to give us x minus 4 is equal to 0 or x minus 5 is equal to 0. After we've done this, the next step is to solve each of the equation we have. When x minus 4 is equal to 0 is solved, we are going to have x is equal to 4. And when x minus 5 is equal to 0 is solved, we have x is equal to 5. Therefore, the solutions to the quadratic equation are x is equal to 4 or x is equal to 5. You can check this answer by substituting 4 and 5 into the equation. When this is done, when 4 is substituted, we are going to get 0. And when 5 is substituted, we are going to get 0, as it is done in the solution. Remember, these 3 simple steps and you will be able to solve quadratic equation. Let's look at another method of solving quadratic equation, which is called completing the square method. This is another way to solve a quadratic equation if the equation will not factorize. It is often convenient to write an algebraic expression as a square plus another term. The other term is found by dividing the coefficient of x by 2 and square it. Any quadratic equation can be rearranged so that it can be solved in this way. Let's have a look at this example. Example: x squared plus 6x will be rewritten in this form. The coefficient of x is 6. Dividing 6 by 2 and squaring it gives 9. Therefore, x squared plus 6 will be rewritten in this form: x squared plus 6x plus 9, all in bracket, minus 9. This is like doing nothing to the original equation, because when 9 is added and is subtracted again, I have my original expression, x squared plus 6x. Then the expression in the bracket, x squared plus 6x plus 9, can be factorized to give me x plus 3 squared minus 9. Let's look at example 2. We have seen in the previous example that x squared plus 6s can be rewritten in the form x plus 3 squared minus 9. Now, let's now work out x squared plus 6s minus 2. X squared plus 6s minus 2 is going to be transformed into x squared plus 6s plus 9 minus 9 minus 2, which is going to give me x squared plus 3 all brackets square minus 11. Now, let's look at the equation to be solved now. X squared plus 6s minus 2 is equal to 0. Let's solve this equation using the completing the square method. From the previous examples, we know that x squared plus 6s minus 2 is equal to 0 can be written as x plus 3 all in brackets closed raised to power 2 minus 11 is equal to 0. So, to solve the equation, we take the square root of both sides so that s plus 3 all square is equal to 11 when minus 11 is transferred to the other side. So this implies that x plus 3 is equal to plus square root of 11, or x plus 3 is equal to minus square root 11. So x is equal to minus 3 plus square root 11, or x is equal to minus 3 minus square root 11 when plus 3 is transferred to the other side. So x is equal to minus 3 plus 3.317, or x is equal to minus 3 minus 3.317, because the square root of 11 is 3.317. Therefore, the two set of the solutions is going to be x is equal to 0.317 to 3 significant figure, or s is equal to minus 6.317 to 3 significant figure. Let's look at another example. The equation to be solved is 2x squared plus 20s plus 3 is equal to 0. But let's first consider the expression 2s plus 20s plus 3. Let's rewrite it by completing the square. We factor out 2 from the first two terms to give us 2 into bracket x squared plus 10x bracket close plus 3. Then the coefficient of x is 10. Dividing 10 by 2 and square it, we get 25. Therefore, the expression will be transformed into 2 into x plus 5 squared minus 25 plus 3. And that is going to give us 2 into x plus 5 squared minus 50 plus 3. 2 into x plus 5 squared minus 47. Now, let's go back to the equation. 2x squared plus 20x plus 3 is equal to 0. To solve the equation, we use the transformed version of the equation and we equate it to 0. Since 2x squared plus 20x plus 3 can be rewritten as 2 into bracket x plus 5 squared minus 47. Equating this to 0, we have 2 into x plus 5 squared minus 47 is equal to 0. Taking minus 47 to the other side, we have 2 into bracket x plus 5 squared is equal to 47. Dividing both sides by 2, we have x plus 5 squared is equal to 23.5. Taking the square root of both sides, we have x plus 5 is equal to plus or minus 23.5, which is going to transform into x plus 5 is equal to plus square root 23.5, or x plus 5 is equal to minus 23.5. Adding subtracting 5 from both sides, we are going to have x is equal to minus 5 plus square root 23.5, or x is equal to minus 5 minus 23.5, and which is going to be solved into x is equal to minus 0.152 to 3 significant figure, or x is equal to minus 9.85 to 3 significant figure. The following questions in the exercise should be tried by the students to test their level of understanding using both methods. 1. Factorization method, and 2. Completing the square method. The exercises will be uploaded in the school portal, and the students should please do it on or before the deadline that is going to be indicated when it is uploaded. Thank you once again for your attention. Study your notes and do your exercises. May Almighty Allah increase you in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.